Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Nazwin. Huge thanks to Nazwin and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Nazwin reached out asking for a deck led by Mazzy, Truesword Paladin, and I was more than happy to help out. But before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Mazzy, Truesword Paladin is a 4-mana 3/4 legendary halfling knight. Whenever an enchanted creature attacks one of our opponents, it gets +2/+2 and gains trample until the end of turn. Additionally, whenever an aura we control is put into our graveyard from the battlefield, we exile it. We may then cast that card from exile until the end of our next turn. Now, Nazwin specifically requested that this deck play off of constellation effects, cards that care about when an enchantment enters the battlefield under our control, and he wanted the goad enchantments to toss on our opponent's creatures. Other than that, he wanted the deck to be high-powered and not have a budget, outside of the reserve list, of course. But we'll need more than auras and constellation triggers to build a commander deck. And for that, we turn to our handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. As I'm sure you've heard by now, this channel is sponsored by Ultimate Guard. One of my favorite products Ultimate Guard has is their Xenoskin Sidewinder. The Sidewinder has a soft microfiber lining as well as the rugged Xenoskin shell we've all come to love. While the Sidewinder isn't a new product, they are now available in the beautiful two-tone Synergy series, like this black-red one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries Ultimate Guard products, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. One more thing before we get started. I've been streaming Final Fantasy XIV over on my other channel, Musings by Danon, every weekday in the afternoons. If you want to pop in and ask some questions, chat about Commander, or just hang out, you're more than welcome to. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Wooded Foothills, Windswept Heath, Arid Mesa, Scalding Tarn, Verdant Catacombs, Marsh Flats, Jetmir's Garden, Stomping Ground, Temple Garden, Sacred Foundry, Spire Garden, Bountiful Promenade, Spectator Seating, Rockfall Vale, Overgrown Farmland, Sundown Pass, Rootbound Crag, Sunpetal Grove, Clifftop Retreat, Highland Forest, Arctic Treeline, Alpine Meadow, Scavenger Grounds, 4 Mountains, 5 Forests, and 3 Plains make up our land base for this deck. Unbridled Growth, Sanctum Weaver, Fertile Ground, Jukai Naturalist, Composer of Spring, Nessian Wanderer, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Farseek, Rampant Growth, Nature's Lore, Cultivate, and Kodama's Reach help us to ramp and cast our spells faster. Argothian Enchantress, Eidolon of Blossoms, Elvish Archivist, Enchantress's Presence, Mesa Enchantress, Satyr Enchanter, Cetessan Champion, Sithis Harvest's Hand, Verdurn Enchantress, Big Score, Srom Senior Edificer, Core Spirit Dancer, and Danitha New Benalia's Light make up our card advantage package. Aura Shards, Kenrith's Transformation, Darksteel Mutation, Minimus Containment, Boros Charm, Generous Gift, Heroic Intervention, Return to Nature, and Disenchant help us to control the board and keep our opponents in line. Winds of Wrath, Farewell, and Blasphemous Act help us to reset the board as needed. Martial Impetus, Predatory Impetus, Shiny Impetus, Vow of Duty, Vow of Lightning, Vow of Wildness, Curse of Bounty, Curse of Exhaustion, Curse of Obsession, Curse of Opulence, Curse of Predation, Overwhelming Splendor, and Maddening Hex all help us to close out games, often by pitting our opponents against each other. Mantle of the Ancients, Timely Ward, All That Glitters, Ancestral Mask, Sage's Reverie, Archon of Sun's Grace, Sigil of the Empty Throne, Boon of the Spirit Realm, Bear Umbra, Sterling Grove, and Hyena Umbra make up the core of our deck. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 13 pieces of card advantage. A little high, but many are dependent on other cards being cast, so it's fine. 9 pieces of interaction. 3 board wipes. 3 pieces of graveyard hate in Farewell, Return to Nature, and Scavenger Grounds. No sudden I win cards, but a few that could help us close out the game suddenly. Specifically, I'm talking about Mantle of the Ancients. We could cast it, return a bunch of auras from our graveyard, and then slap them on Mazzy, then kill someone. I mean, who cares if our commander is goated if she's a 35/35 indestructible trampler? I wanted to include more goat effects in the deck, but wound up without enough room for other enchantments. I specifically like the idea of Nazwin being able to win the game via Sigil of the Empty Throne. Do you have a Mazzy Truesword Paladin deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications, and even do a deck video on it. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Alex, Daniel, Steve, Kevin, Alex, Cookie, Borgie, Jake, Exile Rogue, Manassas, Nazwin, Kyo, and Oolong. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos often, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musings by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.